We are installing Drupal without DDEV today. So bare metal, or a close approximation since we're in a virtual machine here, but I just painstakingly upgraded it. It is fully updated Ubuntu 22.04. Let's get started. This is the try Drupal link. I'm hoping is going to give us our, yep, these new page to me. Looks like Drupal's up in their game on the documentation department, or at least getting started. Back to this window, maybe. There we go. Sudo apt install. So what do we need? We need a stack, right? We need, well, we're on Linux, so it's a LAMP stack. Or actually, more accurately, we're going to use Nginx. But let's start with LAMP. What is LAMP? Have you heard of it? Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. And again, well, it's not going to be MySQL. It's going to be probably MariaDB. And then Apache will be Nginx. But Apache is a web server. Linux is Linux, an operating system, or a kernel, if you want to be technical. PHP is my personal homepage. That's what it, I think, stood for in the beginning. Well, PHP is the programming language that Drupal is built on. I think that's it. I said all the keywords. All right. We still don't have that stack. Let's get started with it. Nginx. So what did I just do? I just did a sudo apt install Nginx. Apt, I hope you already know, is aptitude, man apt, and aptitude. Oh, this system has been minimized by removing, okay. Unminimize, interesting. We're not going to do that. We'll just use Google. Apt. What is it? Linux, Ubuntu, I mean. Almost. Ubuntu's advanced packaging tool. It's package manager. There we go. I couldn't think of that word. So I did a sudo apt install Nginx. Keep up. That created a set of configuration files in, you guys see? Wrong one. Whatever. cd/etc/nginx. Nginx. Enter. I'm going to clear because I like to have a nice looking view. We have a set of directories, all to do with configuring Nginx and your websites. We are going to be interested in sites available and sites enabled in this video. So if we actually go to our local host, it should be running. There it is. Welcome to Nginx. And though, if we have a look at the, I'm going to sudo apt install nvim snap. I'm just going to use vim or nano. I guess we're using nano. All right. So we're going to go into sites dash and available. And there's going to be a default in here. We need brew. Brew. .sh. We're going to copy and paste that line right there. You can skip ahead if you like. This system is too fresh. There we go. Control Shift V. Woo. What's going on? It's not supported on ARM processes. We're not using brew at all. All right, Nano. default. Scram. All right, this is the basic definition or configuration for a Nginx website. And right here is the root directive, which is telling us, or telling Nginx to look in bar www/html, bar /var/www/html. And it is also saying look for files named index without an extension. That's a lie. It's the directive index, and we have it's telling it to look for index.html, .htm, and even .nginx-debian.html. You can make anything you want, and I remember a long time ago using a really silly extension for my boss, but he was vain. That's about it. Everything else is it's super easy to set up, as you can see. I don't want to get into like every little directive. This is not an Nginx video. This is a video on getting Drupal up and running. So let's have a look at bar 8 www.html anyway. There we go. I exited it without saving anything. We're gonna go to bar HTML. And we have that in index.nginx-debian.html file. And if we nano, we're not going to have the permission. If we sudo nano index, there's the file. That is right there. Welcome to the big show. And then save and exit. Reload. Welcome to the big show. We have a working editable web server. All right, so we took care of the L and the A, or actually, I do believe they call it the LEMP stack or something like that. Yeah, there's Nginx right there. Okay. PHP. We need PHP, folks. So let's use sudo apt install PHP. No, I don't want to see all 565. I hit tab a couple times to hopefully get some hints. See, no, I don't want to install Apache. I need to ask Google. DigitalOcean, where I have all my sites. We're not using UFW. Where is PHP? Yeah, we got to be careful. We don't want to install two web servers. PHP FPM, that's right. So Nginx alone does not process PHP. So, excuse me, we need this fast CGI process manager. And that will hopefully take care of installing PHP as well. 8.1, there we go. We're happy. We're getting there. So we have PHP FPM, we have Nginx, we still need a database, and we're not, this is saying use MySQL, but we're not going to. We're going to use MariaDB. So if you want instructions, instead of watching, just go to, or search for Ubuntu, MariaDB 2204. sudo apt install mariadb-server. Twice. Excuse me. But yes. Nation. So we have MariaDB, we have PHP, we have Nginx, and we have Linux. We have our stack, folks. We're stacked. Let's run this MySQL secure installation. Why does it say MySQL secure installation? Well, MariaDB was forked from MySQL. We're not going to set a password. Yes, change the root password, sure. I guess we're setting a password. My password. My password. Remove anonymous users, yes. Disallow root logging remotely, yes. Remove test database and access to it, yes. Reload privilege tables now, yes. Thanks for using MariaDB. So it's set up, or quasi set up. Excuse me, I'm just going to copy this line. Make sure it's running. Systemctl status Marat, and then hit tab. Tab. Oh, service. It's running inactive. See that? Beautiful. Q. Clear. Whoa, I hit enter right on Q. We need Drupal. We need Composer. Actually, we don't have Composer. Composer is the PHP package manager. There it is. Composer. Getting started. Downloading in the Composer executable. Let's try this globally. Move Composer. So what's going to happen here? Now we're on PHP Composer. How far we need to download it. To install Composer locally, run the installer in your project directory. Excuse me again. See the download page for instructions. Okay, here it is. So we're on the download page of getcomposer.org. And we're having a problem copying. Copy. Paste. No such luck. We didn't install something. PHP CLI maybe? No, permission denied. Back to the home directory. CD enter. Wrong one. Control Shift V. Enter. And you keep calling. So it's sitting right there in the Composer, in our home directory. And if we run PHP, Composer tab, enter, that's it. But we want to be able to call it just like this, Composer. I suppose we could have did that, I guess, but I always go to the source when I can. I have no idea if that's the same Composer or not either. Anyhow, we can simply do a sudo mb move composer.bar to say user local bin composer rather than .bar. Whatever this was, yes, I remember. Composer is where it should be. It's not in my home directory anymore. Where is Composer? User local bin composer. Confirmed. Okay, let's close Composer. Let's close MariaDB, PHP RPM. Back to that. Now we can actually let's create a directory in var www sudo mkdir Before I do that, let's see what this does. Back to the drupal.org/download. Composer, create project, Drupal recommended project, and Drupal. And it's going to create a directory called Drupal out of Drupal recommended project. Let's first have a look at Drupal recommended project. Control C, Control T, Control V. GitHub. This is what it's talking about. Check out 10. Anyhow, it's, as you can see, it's simply a composer.json with a whole bunch of config with plugins. It does all kinds of cool stuff. Tells it where to install Drupal. We'll see this message later. Congratulations. But there's the name, Drupal recommended project. This is what I'm looking for. Require composer installers, Drupal core, composer scaffold, so on and so forth. Conflict, Drupal. That means you will not be able to install Drupal yourself in that project. If you try, you wouldn't want to. All right, anyway, that's the story on that. Composer create project is just the command. So if we actually look at composer's output, there's create project. If you recall, this is just running composer. We can pipe it to grep create project. Creates a new project from a package into a given directory. All right, I went backwards explaining all that, but composer create project up to there. I don't want to call it Drupal. I'm going to call it Jedi. This is the way. I'm going to sudo it because I forgot to give myself the permissions that I need. No, okay, 1 second. This is pretty important actually, so we're not going to skip over it. There is an inborn group in Ubuntu called www-data. And if you look at this directory, ls-l, al, it is currently owned by root. This is the root user, root group. Cat etc group. You will find root right at the top. Now down here, somewhere, is a www-data right there. Number 33. Traditionally, we would use this to set the permissions on our websites or our website directory. So we are going to add our user. Who am I? Parallels. My name is Parallels. And we're going to add the Parallels user to that group. And we can do that with sudo vim etc group. Don't have them. Nano. And we're looking for www-data way down here. Get to the end, and we will add parallels. That's why it says parallels all over this file. It is the Parallels user. So if the user is John, it'll be John. So we can now save it. We're going to have to log out and log back in, because if we type groups, you see all our groups that we are a part of, and www-data is not in there. So I am going to hit the log out. This is just a temporary password I said earlier, and I keep remembering it, so I don't care if you see it or not. We need our terminal back. Active favorites. Okay, groups. Nope. Reboot. Where my mouse is in there. Don't do this. I'm pausing. Just had technical difficulties with Parallels. It would not allow me to log back in, but I am now back in. I just opened a terminal, my browser, and I typed groups, and there it is. So I had to restart instead of just logging out. Beware. Now, where were we? We want to go back into cd/var/www, and I was going to ls-al. So this is the content of the directory, including the hidden directories, which is just the single period means this directory. Period means the directory previous this one, which is var. So it's telling us the permissions for all this. If you're unfamiliar with permissions, well, first of all, this D means directory. Read, write, execute. Read, no write access for there. Execute, read, no write, execute. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's in threes. This would be the owner, the group, and then everyone. So the owner has read, write, execute access. The group has read and execute, and same with everyone. All right, and enough of that. But the really important part is we're going to create a new directory called Drupal. So we're going to give that directory. No, we're not. Let's get rid of it. We are going to change the permissions on the www directory. So I just went cd-s to get into /var. And then we are going to use the chmod command. All right, it doesn't have man pages. What can I say about it? Change the mode of each file. There you go. We're changing the mode. And the mode in this case will be these. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sudo chmod. We want, I'm just going to use the numbers. 7. If we were to give it 444 www, it's going to only have read access across the board. ls-l. I'm just doing this for illustrative purposes. If we look at the bottom, I just did an ls-l again to give us a full directory listing. There's www. And because I changed the mode to 444 www, we now only have read access across the board here. So if I do go in here, permission, I can't even get in there. We need the execute bit for that. So sudo chmod. We're just going to go for what I'm aiming for, 775, which will give read, write, execute to the user and the group, and read and execute for everyone else so they can actually read the directory. Sudo chmod 775 www. I smell French toast and it smells delicious. Okay. We're back to the 7 made it. Boom, boom, 5. 775. Now, we need to change the group owner, chgrp, sudo change group. I'm assuming. We want our www-data group, and the directory is www. So now we've just changed the group owner to www-data. And because we are a part of that group, and we gave ourselves read, write, execute permissions to that group, we can now do whatever we want. Touch foo, maker bar, ls-l, and we didn't have to use sudo. And Parallels now owns it. This should be www. We want it to be www.data in the end, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we don't want to go down. I want that French toast, and we want to get Drupal up and running. Let's do it. Composer, create project, Drupal, recommend a project, Drupal. We're actually going to run it now without sudo. And we're going to call it my Drupal. No, we don't have the correct, we don't have the correct extensions to PHP that the requirements. We don't have the right requirements. So we need to install a couple things, in particular php-dom sudo app install PHP. There's probably a list on that site, but who knows? We just did the sudo app install php-dom. It installed it. It's probably going to complain about something else. We're going to delete that directory so it can try again. My goodness, I don't know why I did the sudo. All right, we're still missing something. GD. Yeah, GD is an image library that PHP DOM was for XML, or rather the DOM tree. Sudo app install php-gd. Yes. Try again. Same problem as I did. Whoa, I mistyped it. Woo! No errors. Almost. Oh, almost one side. Oh. Next steps, install the site. Well, we still have to tell Nginx that we have an Nginx. We got coffee on the brew too. All right. What did I just say? I got distracted because there's fresh coffee upstairs. I'm pausing. All right. Coffee is refilled. Now, we were going to tell Nginx that we have a Drupal site to pump into the PHP FPM. So let's go for it. And for that, we're going to need a configuration because there's no way I remember all that. Nginx Drupal 10 config. I guess that's it. recipes. They have some very helpful recipes. So we are at nginx.com, resources, whatever. I search for Nginx Drupal 10. First link. Requirements, PHP FPM, which we have. So we are going to copy and paste this. Let's open a new tab. cd/etc/nginx cd. I should have kept going. Sites available. Now, we'll leave the default alone and create a new one. Sudo Nano my Drupal, we'll call it. You can call it anything, this file, anything you want. We're going to paste that. Wrong key. Control-Shift-V. And I have successfully pasted that recipe. Server name, example.com. How about my Drupal.cool? And it is not in Drupal var w Drupal 8. I was trying to press Shift X for Vim. Var www my Drupal / I think it is in a subdirectory. It should be my Drupal, cd my Drupal, L web. That's right, web. Web is where the web files are. Is there anything else we have to change? This is a directive for, as you can see, the favicon. Robots.txt. Very rarely should these ever be accessed outside of your LAN. Oh, and TXT and log files. PHP. If somebody tries to access a PHP file directly, it'll return a 403. 403 response. The HTTP code. 403 is forbidden. So this is all security measures for your website. The site's directory is for all your configuration and a lot of your files that are user uploaded or generated. Block access to scripts in the site's file. This is probably as a result from some security advisories or whatever you call them, breaches. Allow well-known URIs as per the RFC 5785. Go ahead and get up that if you want. And it goes on and on. But that's the recipe. I encourage you to check it all out. Not in Vim. Cat my Drupal. I just wanted to double check. I did say, oh yeah, I said my Drupal.cool, which doesn't exist, of course. Var www my Drupal and web. All right, so that my Drupal.cool, we can add that to our system. If we do a host, Control-Shift-V, my Drupal.cool, not found. Sudo vim /etc hosts, no vim. Bun B, that's Texas, baby. All right, so we can add 127.0.0.1, which is the local host, which is our local machine, and we can throw anything you want in here. My Drupal.cool being included. Now, if we do a host, my cool, it's found. My Drupal.cool has address 127.0.0.1. We didn't reload the, okay, say, I forgot to reload Nginx since we updated that configuration, which is in sites available, and we skipped the step 2. All right, so we are still in the etc Nginx sites available. And to complete our configuration of that recipe, we have to go back one directory to /etc/nginx, cd sites-enabled, and in here will be default all alone, and it is a symlink, a symbolic link. And this is a way to easily deploy your sites, like make them live, not live, without messing with the original files. So Nginx is actually looking for configuration files not in sites available, but it is looking for them in sites enabled. And we have to create a symbolic link. I was hoping to just get it in your head. Symbolic link Linux, very important. Go ahead and check that out if you want. But I'll show you how to create the symbolic link. It's very easy. LN, which is link, I believe. LN-help. Very simply, LN, any options, target, and your link name. So it's like creating a shortcut. And make it symbolic, make symbolic links instead of hard links. So I don't want to get into links right now, so we're just gonna make it symbolic. And the target is period, meaning back in the etc nginx directory, then into the site's available directory, into the MyDrupal, and then we're just gonna call it MyDrupal. So now when I give it a sudo, we're still in sites enabled. I'm going to clear so we just get an easier view. ls-l, there's our MyDrupal link, which points to ... / blah, blah, blah. And you can see the default one is not a relative link like I used, but it's whatever that's called. Straight up link, we'll say, etc nginx sites will. Either way, if you do say like a cat on default, it finds the shortcut or the MyDrupal. Now we can safely, not safely, but we can, I almost skipped a check. Good practice, always check your files so you can run, I don't know if you have to run sudo, but we're going to do it. Nginx, you run it, we're going to run it directly with a -t. And it's going to check the syntax of our files to make sure there's no errors. And when we restart Nginx, it doesn't take down every site that's being hosted. So we're good. Nginx, the configuration file, etc Nginx, Nginx syntax is okay. Configuration file, blah, 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 test is successful. Let's destroy one of these files. Node vim. We just put an error in it. And we'll do a check again, and it very helpfully tells us emergency unknown directive I. Very helpful. Let's get rid of that. Make sure that we still have a good successful file. Good. Now we can sudo system. See, I'm not even gonna get into what systemctl is. I want that French toast. Systemctl restart Nginx. Restarted. Now cross your fingers. If we go to MyDrupal, cool, doesn't work. And why not? Bad gateway. Let's go to the var cd/var logs. No, var log. Sorry, cd/var log. L. There is Nginx, cd Nginx, L, error log, L. We have some activity in there. So let's tail -f, error log. What's it saying? I did -f because I like to spot what the problem is easily. It's looking for 7.0, so I did not look at the recipe close enough. Go back to etc Nginx, and if that wasn't clear, I'm looking at var log Nginx error.log. That's your default. You set your own log files for the access and the error log for all your sites. They're all configurable in the config file. Tab. I'm going into sites, whatever. Enabled, fine. Sudo nano. We're going to look for 7. Oh, no, not in Vim. Control. Excuse me. Control W. 7.0. There it is. We have version 8.1. So this is an actual Unix socket that PHP FPM is running on, and that is the file path. If you go look, it'll be there. But let's try it out. Control X, Y, enter. Sudo systemctl up arrow. No. Up arrow, up arrow. No. Sudo system ctl. Restart Nginx. Try again. Beautiful. We have a working Drupal 10 website. We're gonna, why not, go through the install. You can do a standard install, a minimal install, or you can play around with the Umami Food Magazine distribution. We have a lot of problems. Let's try standard. We didn't configure anything yet. Yeah, we totally didn't install a lot. Wow. Okay, anyway, we need a driver for our database in PHP. And that appears to be PDO. So let's check it out. We will get there. Aha, see, we got denied on a txt file there. Got a 403 forbidden. Anyhow, sudo apt install php dash MySQL, I believe it is. Enter. Maybe. Woo! That was quick. Reload, writable. We got, okay, that one error went away. So that was one of the problems. We have another one. Writable, public download. The directory sites default files does not exist. In automated, okay, let's have a look at the file permissions. We are going to go to cd/var/www/ that's it. I forgot already. My Drupal, yes. Clear ls-l parallels. All right, so the Nginx server is a part of, I don't know if that should, hold on. I'm going to try changing the group. Sudo cr group -r, big capital R. I don't remember why. Capital, I mean. www-data, period, for current directory. ls-l, www-data. Let's see now, since www-data is now the partial owner for all of these files. Let me confirm that. Web ls-l web. Read write. Yeah, okay. We're good, I think. Let's try again and see if that actually made a difference. Reload. It did. So Nginx is part of the www-data group, and that's why you can now, since you're part of that group, you both share permissions to the My Drupal directory. The settings file does not exist. The Drupal installer requires that you create a site. See, like when I use DDEV, it does all this stuff for you, but that's not the point. It is quite a process though. Site's default settings. Copy the site's default settings file to site's default settings. All right. So let's go look for site's default.settings.php. And that will be in the web directory. Okay, let's clear cd web ls. There's sites, cd sites. There is the, nope, we're going to go to default. And now we are in var www my Drupal web sites default. And there is the default.settings.php file. We're going to copy the name of it back to the instructions, sites default settings. Copy the sites default settings to sites default settings. Okay, what a mouthful. We're going to cp that file default.settings.php to the previous directory, /, cd.l. There's the default. It wants us to move it or rename it to just settings.php. I think. Yep, sites default settings, right? Web sites, nope. I should not have moved it out of the default directory. So let's get back in there. cd default. We now have settings.php right site default settings. Let's reload. It's not writable. Let's check it. It's definitely owned by Parallels. Yep. So we're gonna change the group. We don't need a -r because that was that meant recursive for a directory. We're just targeting one file, so we don't need it. Just change the group, the name of the group, settings.php. ls-l, confirm it is now owned by the group www-data, and it does in fact have read-write access. Back to here, and this should take care of the last error, but there's still a warning. So let's refresh. Error is gone. All right. MB string, one more requirement. Sudo apt install MB string. I don't know why I put a dash in there. I didn't even put PHP. PHP dash MB string. Yes. Elementary. All right. It's installed. Let's refresh one more time. Got rid of the warnings and errors, and it kicked us to the next page, setup database. And we have to do that. I totally forgot. MariaDB, right there. Ubuntu MariaDB 22.04 install. Oop, I wanted that DigitalOcean link. So we need to set up an actual database with a user. Let's add Drupal and check out Crown Cloud. I don't remember how to create all this off the top of my head. If you do, kudos to you. You must use command line SQL quite a lot. Yeah, let's continue with command line. Okay, we're going to want to do this. MySQL-u root-p in our terminal. I'm going to just go to my home there to simplify that line. So MySQL-u root -p, enter password. Did we even set one? I guess not. So we're gonna sudo. Oh, it did tell me to set one. I kind of remember. One more try. Nope. Okay. So sudo MySQL-u root, the user root -p. I don't know why I put -p. Okay, I guess that worked. Sudo rules all. Create database Drupal. My Drupal. We're going to call it my Drupal. It doesn't matter. You can call it whatever you want using my Drupal. Now we're going to want to create a user. Put it right there. Create user. Quote. My Drupal _ user. Unquote. At quote. Localhost quote. Identified by quote my password, all one, unquote, and a semicolon. Query OK. And then we need to grant it permissions. Typically, you do not actually want to give it all privileges, but we are going to, and you're going to worry about security on your own. So grant all privileges on my Drupal .star. That's saying all tables, and I think let's pretend it is. All right, to my Drupal _ user at quote localhost quote unquote. If you start using I can't remember. If you see instructions somewhere with backticks, I remember this being annoying a lot. It will make this like a wildcard or something. I may be wrong, but be wary. Be wary. All right, so we're gonna run this grant all privileges on my Drupal.star to my Drupal _ user at localhost. Query OK. Flush privileges. This flushes the privileges table for MariaDB so that it makes the user work and the permissions work with the database. So flush, done. Let's try these credentials. Close that, close that, close that. No, leave that. Database name, my Drupal. Database user, my Drupal user. Password, I already forgot. My password. Skip the advanced options and hit OK. Don't save, and it's installing. Warning. Oh. All necessary changes to site's default and site's default settings of PHP have been made, so you should remove right permissions now in order to avoid security risks. Let's do that. So if we have a look, we'll quit out of MariaDB. Go back to /cd/var/ww/my_Drupal. Enter. Let's go into the web/sites/default directory and do an ls-al. No need for the A, but so we want to remove write permissions to settings.php because it's a pretty important file. If we have a look, Nano settings.php, our DB settings are in here, I believe, right at the bottom. Yep. Database is default. Database, my Drupal user, my password. So this file must be protected at all costs. If you're gonna actually deploy, use environment variables, but that's another topic. All right, so let's remove those write permissions. We're gonna sudo, I don't have to sudo, we're gonna chmod, and for just write, it's only gonna be 444. Doesn't have to be executed, that's that's only for directories. You don't need the execute bit for files. 444 settings are PHP. Now that warning, I hope goes away if we refresh. Maybe, maybe not. We'll check it in the status after we get a successful install. Site name on my Drupal. My Drupal.cool. Username admin, sure. My password. My password. Yep. We're in. Let us check that report. Status reports. Report status report. 2 errors. Not protected. The directory says default is not protected. Oh. The entire directory. Right there. So that directory, the current directory, changed mode. 6 would be 4 plus 2, so that's read, write. Doesn't need write, but it needs the owner can write, sure. The group, no, but it needs read and execute bit. There's no need for all users to have access at all. I think that's good. That's it for the directory permissions. This trusted host settings, you should also set that. That would be my Drupal.cool, and that is in the settings, Nano settings, and we're looking for Control W, trusted headers. Nope. I already forgot. Trusted host patterns. There we go. Control W, Control V, fudge, Control X in case I screwed it. Control W, Control Shift B. There it is. So if we copy this settings, trusted host patterns equals opening an array. Control Shift B. Nope. Control Shift B. Close that array. Semicolon it out so I don't forget. This can be. Well, we don't care about any subdomains, so it's just going to be my Drupal.cool. And I like to throw the trailing comma at the end. I'm trying to remember how to say it. Control X, Y, enter. Permission denied. I'll copy and paste that so I don't have to type it again. No. Okay, sudo nano settings.php because we removed our write permissions to it earlier. Control W, trusted host patterns. Back to right here. Control Shift B. Control X, Y, enter. Now, let's have a look at the status page. Reload, and all right, that warning is gone. That's it. That's enough. We did it. If you have any questions, please comment. I know I haven't really looked at the comments in the past week or so, but I have been ill. I apologize. I want to help, so reach out, and I hope to hear from you. Have a great night.